Alright, so we're back with another example problem, and we're going to create an orthographic projection based upon the little 3D image that you see up here in the top right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in the top view, and you can see it shaded there. If you were to stand at the ceiling and look down at this thing, it's going to be shaded there in yellow. And the first thing we're going to do is fill in the visible lines up there in the top view. So there's all the pieces that are visible when you look at this thing from the top. So you see this inclined plane right here matches up with this surface right here. Then you're going to see this hole is that hole right there. There's also a hole down here below that's hidden, but those two things line up. So we're going to see the visible hole only. There's technically another one underneath of that, but we're not going to see it. So the next step is to move down. We're going to look at the front view. So when we look at this from the front, we're going to shade that in blue. So not only are we going to see this shape in the front, but we're also going to see this inclined plane. And when you mix blue with yellow, you get green. So we're going to see this in both views. It's going to show up both places. So let's fill in those visible lines when we look at this from the front view. So here is your green area, or that inclined plane. And then here, that matches up with that. Okay, so there's our visible lines for our front view. So now we're going to look at it from the right side. So we're looking over here, looking at it from the right side. We're going to shade those things in red. So next is to fill in the visible lines in our right side view. And there they are. Here again is that inclined plane. Okay, so you're seeing that. Basically you can match this up right there, matches up with this right there. So are we finished? No. That's just our visible lines. We have to go back now and look at maybe what are some hidden features that would show up in each of these different views. So now we're going to fill in our hidden lines in all three views. So we'll start up here in the top view. So when we're looking from the top down, what about this edge right here? Well, that edge right there matches up right here, and if we were to project that up, there is this hidden surface right there in the top view. Now let's look at our front view. Again, we're looking at the blue view here. We're looking at it from the front. Well, what about these holes? They're back there, but we just don't see them when we look at them from the front. So now what we're seeing when we look at this hole from the side is we see the edges. So this distance represents the diameter of that hole. There's one in the top. Here's the one from the bottom, right down there. So those are the edges of the holes that you're seeing there in a dashed or hidden line. When we look from the right side view, again standing over here, looking at it from the right, there's lots of different surfaces that we don't see. How about this flat surface here and this underneath flat surface right there? That's what these horizontal dashed lines are. Those represent this surface and this surface. Then you're also again going to see the hidden holes right here and right there. So those are our hidden lines. The very last piece is to come in and draw in the center lines. So again, we use center lines to represent symmetry or the centers of things. So when we have holes, we're going to show those as center lines. So notice up here in the top view, we have a long, short, long, long, short, long. That represents the center of that hole. Okay. Then in our front and our right side views, when we have a hole here and a hole there, and we show one continuous line, that's kind of if you were to create this and have to use a drill press, that would tell you that you could line this piece up once and drill both things at the same time because they follow the same path. So notice that there's a pattern: long, short, long, short, long. So yes, this one doesn't exactly match up and it's not the same distance as that one, but that's okay. So now we've got our small dashes up here crossing in the center. That's pretty normal. And notice that our lines break right here. This is not, even though those match up and line up, we don't have a line that connects between one view to another. So between our top and our front view, those don't connect.